Dear Bagson operators, we have prepared a training series for you on the usage of our telescopic loaders. Dear operators, in our first video, I will provide you with information on the usage of our loader. Our loader is equipped with 4x4 capabilities and articulated steering. When we push the lever on the left side of the steering upwards, our machine moves forward. The numbered indicator on the gear lever shows the gear level. By pushing the lever forward, I can shift the gear to 1, 2, 3, 4. When we push the lever downwards, our machine moves backward. I can shift the gear from 1 to 4 using the numbered indicator. Our loader has 4 forward and 4 reverse gears. You should only use the first and second gears of our loaders when performing loading and unloading tasks. For example, if you are loading logs in the forest or transporting bales on the farm, you should use the first or second gear. Performing loading and unloading tasks in the third and fourth gears can potentially damage the transmission of the loader, leading to a shorter lifespan of the machine with prolonged usage. Gears 1 and 2 are intended for loading purposes, while gears 3 and 4 are for cruising. I will provide you with information on how to use our machine correctly and what precautions to take to ensure its health and longevity. Firstly, we turn on the ignition. After turning on the ignition, we wait for the park sensor warning in the bottom left corner of the screen to appear. If the park sensor warning doesn't light up, the engine will not start. To activate the park sensor, we need to pull up the emergency button located on the left rear part of our seat. Pulling up the emergency button will deactivate the park sensor. Alternatively, we can press the brake pedal. When we press the brake, the park sensor warning will illuminate. When you see the park sign, pressing the start button will activate the engine. If you don't see the park symbol on the screen and press the start button, the engine will not start. Bagson loaders can be moved forward and backward using both the steering gear lever and the 3-function button located under the joystick on the right side. If you prefer to move using the joystick on the right side, the steering gear lever must be in the middle position or neutral. If you prefer to move using the steering gear lever, the button on the joystick should be in the middle position or neutral. If you try to move using both the joystick and the steering gear lever simultaneously, the loader will not move as it detects 2 separate commands. Dear operators, we control the extension and retraction of the loader's boom using the joystick. The button on the left extends the boom, while the button on the right retracts it. In the event of a possible malfunction where the joystick is not functioning, we can use the manual lever in the middle to move the boom. Pushing the lever forward extends the boom, and pulling it backward retracts the boom. The lever on the far right controls the opening and closing of the attachment mounted on the machine. For instance, if you're using a log attachment, you can use this lever to open and close the grip. Dear operators, when we push the joystick lever to the right, it enters the dumping position, allowing us to unload the load from the attachment. Pushing the joystick lever to the left, on the other hand, enters the loading position. When we lift the joystick lever upwards, the boom raises. Conversely, when we lower the joystick lever, the boom descends. I turn on the ignition. After turning on the ignition, when I see the park sensor illuminated in the bottom left corner of the screen, I press the start button. Once the engine starts, I ensure that the oil and charge lamps on the screen are off. If the oil and charge lamps do not turn off, I should stop the machine. I raise the boom upwards using the joystick. Operators, we have reached a critical point. Please listen carefully. Now, I am raising the telescopic boom completely and starting the unloading process. After completing the unloading process, before lowering the boom, I need to bring the machine's attachment to the loading position. Dear operators, if I don't return the machine's attachment to the loading position before lowering the boom after the unloading process is completed, the machine's balance will be compromised. Let's listen carefully here. After raising the boom all the way up, if I lower the boom directly after completing the unloading process, the machine's balance will be compromised. Sure, what should I do? I'm starting the machine again for you. After completing the unloading process, I return the machine to the loading position. I lower the boom after approximately reaching halfway towards the attachment loading position. My machine was in a fully unloaded position. I didn't lower the boom. I started my machine. When I reached approximately halfway to the loading position, I lowered the boom. Dear operators, another important consideration is the air pressure required for our machine to operate. Our machine should have a minimum of 5 bars air pressure. For example, our machine won't operate at a pressure of 2, 3 bars. Right now, there is only 2 bars of air pressure in our machine. What should I do? I'm starting my machine. I'll wait for the air pressure to reach 5 bars. Once the air pressure in our machine reaches 5 bars, you will see the park sensor light on the screen turn off. Now we can move our machine. Dear operators, in this section, I will provide you with information about the use of the air conditioning system. We turned on the ignition. We pulled the emergency button. The park sensor illuminated. We pressed the start button. I want the ventilation to work in cold mode. What should I do? We press the 3-level climate control button on the screen according to the desired level. Then we adjust the temperature of our air conditioning system to the desired degree using the blue and red buttons. Low is the coldest mode. If the green light is continuously on, the cooling system is activated. While operating the machine, you wanted to turn on the air conditioning and set the temperature to your desired level. However, the green indicator light is not on. What should we do? We need to wait for the green light to come on for the cooling system to be activated and for cold air circulation to begin, dear operators. The green light will come on when the air conditioning unit has cooled the air. If we want the ventilation to provide hot air, what should we do? We make sure the green button is off. We can increase the temperature to the desired level using the red button. Let's not forget, high is the highest temperature, while low is the lowest temperature. If the climate control is set between 25, 27 degrees, it will still provide hot air. If it's set between 20, 22 degrees and the green light is active, it will provide cold air. If the green light is not active, the climate control will not operate in cold mode, remember? If the green light is flashing, it means that the cooling has started. The air conditioning is now activated. I have provided you with detailed information about the use of the climate control system, including the options for hot and cold settings. Sometimes, an E1 error message appears on the climate control system screen. If we see the E1 error code on the screen, we should first check the main fuse of the air conditioning. If the main fuse connections are secure, we should check if the fans are running. If the fans are blowing air and the connections are secure, the air conditioning gas may be depleted, or there may be a leak in the air conditioning hose connections. Due to these reasons, the climate control may not operate in cold mode, resulting in the E1 error code. Dear operators, I've provided you with information about the use of the loader. Don't forget to follow our other training videos.